Are you struggling to combine two group by operations in your Pandas data frame? You're not alone. Today, we're going to tackle this common issue and show you how to filter and merge your groups effectively. I completely understand how frustrating it can be when you're trying to manipulate data and it just doesn't seem to work. Many users face similar challenges when working with data frames in Pandas. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user asked, how can I combine two different group by operations in Pandas with one of them filtered? They provided a data frame and a desired output format. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. To understand the issue, we need to look at the provided data frame. It contains IDs, events, and success statuses. The goal is to group by events and count successes per ID. This can be tricky, but don't worry, we'll break it down step by step. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a pro tip that will make your data manipulation tasks much easier. To begin solving this problem, the user should first group the data by ID and event. This will help in counting the occurrences of each event type for each ID. Next, the user needs to filter the data frame to count only the successful events. This can be done by selecting rows where success is equal to Y. Now the user should merge the two group data frames. This will combine the event counts with the success counts based on the ID. Finally, the user can combine the counts of specific events, such as put and post, into a single column. This can be achieved by summing these columns. Fun fact, did you know that the Pandas library is named after the term panel data? It's a great tool for data manipulation and analysis. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user involves using the concat function to merge the group data. First, they group the data by ID and event, then count the occurrences. Next, they calculate the total successes for each ID where success is Y. Finally, they concatenate these two data frames along the columns. Another method suggested uses the value counts function to count successes directly. After grouping by ID and event, they use value counts to get the number of successes and then concatenate the results. Lastly, they suggest resetting the index and renaming the axis to clean up the final data frame. This makes the data easier to read and use. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative approach provided by a user involves using the Pandas library to simplify the process. They suggest using the getDummies function to create a one-hot encoded data frame from the event column. Then they assign a new column for successes, counting the occurrences of Y. Finally, they group by ID and sum the results. Another method shared involves using NumPy for factorization. The user factorizes the event values and creates a one-hot encoded array. They then combine this with the success counts and group by ID to get the final counts. Now let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests using a pivot table along with a data frame filter. First, filter the data frame to include only successful events. Then, group by ID and count the events. Finally, create a pivot table to organize the counts of each event type. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always check your data types before performing operations. This can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You should now be able to combine your group by operations in Pandas with ease. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on data manipulation.